And his opponent coming out of the blue corner, representing Hamilton, by way of Maggie's boxing gym. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Harrison Hodges.
Welcome to the ANZAC Super Series 5, Australia versus New Zealand. We're here at the ABA in Auckland, New Zealand on the 28th of July. With you today from GladrapChannel, Isaac Savage, and a bit of a superstar beside me, Josh Nika. So happy to have you here and welcome aboard.
Thank you. Looking forward to this fight. We've got a fellow Hamiltonian here against someone from Rebels Gym in Auckland. Harrison Hodges.
So Tyler Moran in the red corner against Harrison Hodges from Nabbies in the blue. Bit of a tall, well, actually both of them are quite tall in that sense. We had Timura Morrison earlier saying Lance Rebel actually trained him back in the day for a bit of boxing, and Lance is a bit of a legend himself.
Jake the Muss.
Yeah, exactly. And look at these guys. I mean, both tall, rangy fighters, but not really fighting rangy, just come in and thrown down.
Bit of a Paul Williams kind of style. You know, you've got the reach there, but you just want to get stuck in, get amongst it on the inside. That's always a nightmare to fight. The kind of guy like, he wants to fight on the inside, but you can't box him from a distance because he has longer reach than you.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, right? When you're a little bit shorter trying to fight a taller, but then aggressive fighter, how hard would that be? But
well, it's almost the kind of way you want to fight them, but then it's you're going to have to work hard because you can't stand on the outside because often they've got reach on you, but then once you get in there, that's their game, so they're good at it. So you're going to be having a hard time regardless. And
looking at and in saying that, what would the game plan be for two long fighters like this? Usually you see them fighting on the outside, but both of them are just sort of fighting in the pocket here tonight.
Well, if they're both long-range fighters, then no one's really got the advantage, whether you stay on the inside or outside range-wise. It just comes down to what you like to fight, where you like to fight, and I suppose they both are quite comfortable fighting in a phone booth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, up close, personal. This is truly in the inside, and both these boys not backing down, just smashing, going forward.
It's good connection so far.
Harrison Hodges there in the blue. Tyler Moran there in the red from Rebels Boxing Gym.
Harrison Hodges there is starting to get some more range manipulation. Jabs from the outside, moving back out. Little uppercut there from the
nice body shots there from
Moran.
Tyler. 10-second clapper. Always a good sign when the rounds go that quick, eh, Josh?
Yeah, sure is. Oh, nice right hand there from the Hamiltonian.
What a frantic first round.
It's good.
So we're just in that these boys have actually fought before, and Tyler Moran there in the red corner won via split. So, hey, there's a bit of blood in a sense, and both of these guys are quite evenly matched. So what are we going to see? Tyler Moran get it again, or Harrison in the blue take it away?
It's a rematch, eh? I mean, there are so many variables, and if you've got guys who can go the distance in a split decision, then you've got all kinds of possibilities. So one guy might wake up feeling a lot better than last time in the last fight. One guy might not be able to adjust. The other guy maybe can adjust and back up his performance from the previous.
And how often does boxing mathematics always work out? You're right. There's the variables any given Sunday, and you would have felt the same too. Back when you were fighting, you may have lost to someone that you could have easily beat, or the other way around.
Yeah. Lots of variables. There you go. The man from Hamilton. Good head movement there. He must be keen to avenge his loss.
Yeah, he's moving around, using those angles.
Looking pretty good there.
Probably had a bit of a word from the corner.
Maybe.
Going back to basics, keeping that right hand by the chin, sticking and moving. But just as we say that, Tyler Moran coming in, body shots.
As soon as he tried to throw a shot that wasn't straight, the straight shots are working quite well. Harrison Hodges, and then
the thing too is I see that Harrison Hodges is switch hitting, so he sometimes will jab with the left, then go back into the right, making it quite confusing for Tyler Moran.
Some good cagey boxing there. So feints, jabs, messing up the man from Auckland's range, his timing.
And it's got to confuse you, right? I mean, if you are an orthodox fighting an orthodox and then they switch guard, it probably can throw you off a bit.
Yeah. Look, for a while there, it was very confusing for a lot of fighters, but I think more fighters are doing it now, so maybe people are getting more used to it, and we're not quite as conventional in the sense that you either stand like this, orthodox, or you stand like that, southpaw. I think people do kind of a bit more fluid in between different stances nowadays. And I think it'll happen more and more as people start to watch Lomachenko and breaking every conventional rule pretty much in terms of stance.
Yeah, well, he's an absolute phenom in his own sense, in the way he moves, the angles, the timing.
Terrace Crawford, and even my brother himself, like David, he can box as a southpaw very comfortably now. Like you see him in the gym there.
Which is pretty much learning how to do everything you've learned the total opposite way, right? Riding with your left, or kicking a football with your left. Changing a whole style in boxing is quite a hard thing to do.
I suppose in football, in soccer, you need to be able to kick with both feet. And I guess there's no reason to say, you shouldn't learn both sides if you're actually going to commit to boxing as a sport.
Too true. And more fighters I talk to these days, when I ask what's your style, they'll sometimes just say switch. Whether it is to throw the other guy off or really how they fight as a whole game plan and stuff. Looking at this fight too, even though Tyler Moran has had the win in the past and Harrison Hodges, lost by split, it's looking fairly even so far as we go into the third and final.
I mean, I'm not sure if I'll offer a disclaimer. I am from Hamilton, so maybe I'm slightly biased, but I think Harrison Hodges might be looking a little bit like he might have got those rounds potentially. But again, it's a close fight.
If that's the thing, then we're going to have to. If it's all going your way, it could be a setup for a trilogy, but we'll soon find out, because this is the money round, as they say.
Here it is, the money round, round 3. Who's been doing the work in the gym, eh?
This is the rounds, where you have to dig deep. Your heart's on fire, your legs are burning.
Both boys landing a good few shots there.
Very aggressive, though, the Nabby's boxer, Harrison Hodges. Oh, just as I said that, got rocked
there. He's tried to switch. That's the thing. I mean, often people switch and think it's going to automatically confuse your opponent. You need to make sure you're able to actually do something with it, whether that be a counter punch or offensively. Because I've had guys I've sparred with and they've stood in a southpaw position thinking that's going to confuse me. And it's like, all right, you got to do something with it.
Well, no, the thing is, if you're like Tyler Moran, he is a bit of a... he's thinking, he's calculating everything, and he's evolving as the fight goes on. And like you said too, you probably do the same. And that's how he got rocked in that. And when he took that shot there before Harrison Hodges. As the fight goes on, they're evolving.
That's right. It's always a risk, though. You want the experiments to be done in the gym, and then you put the finished product in the ring. But if he is switching in the ring, you'd have to think that maybe he's tried it in training and decided it works. And it's not a full-on experiment here in the ring, but not everything works out perfectly in the ring.
In saying that, I feel that it was working for the Hamiltonian Harrison Hodges in round 1-2, and Tyler Moran slightly figuring out the game plan as we go into round 3.
Yeah, the fight's starting to open up a bit,
which it makes for a beautiful fight, interesting fight.
The punching technique's certainly a bit looser now from both boys.
Big right overhand there from Nabby's. Harrison Hodges just missing. 10-second clapper. Who wants it more?
There you go. Hodges is crowding his own work there a little bit. Just getting a bit too close, so he's not allowing himself to have room to work on the inside. But good fight from both guys.
Good sign of respect there from Tyler Moran, Harrison Hodges.
Close fight again.
Very close. I mean,
will we see another split decision?
We could very well do. I mean, every single fight has been so well matched. We've only seen one TKO or KO via body shots earlier on in the piece.
It's a credit to the person who's organised this event. Is it Regan Foley?
Yep, Regan Foley put this together.
They're all brilliantly matched. Well done, Regan.
Yeah, what a star. I mean, putting together 60 fights is no easy effort in itself, and then to have them so well matched, it's
well done.
It's a work of art. Good on you, Regan.
Nobody wants to see mismatches here.
Here we go.
We're seeing good contested fights. will we see a trilogy?
Ladies and gentlemen, the scorecards are in. And we have a winner by way of split decision. Going to the blue corner.
There you go. One win each.
I feel like I've got Nostradamus here beside me. You're calling the fights and the winners, and they're all coming true today, Josh. What a call. That could be, like, you're very well right. Could that be a trilogy? These guys both, there's a bit of history between them now. They've shared the ring twice, one apiece. They really need to settle the scores for a trilogy.
Yeah.